Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing great. If not, as always, hope it gets better for you. Welcome to another Friday night Q&A where you guys can ask questions. Hopefully, the video quality turns out a lot better than what it was recently in these videos. So let's hope the best for that. But anyways, what I mentioned as far as trying to clean up my fish room and half of it blowing up is I ran my shop vac on the same fuse as one of my outlets that I have a lot of lights. And it ended up blowing the whole fuse out to pretty much half my fish room. So I lost power for, I would say, about 3 days. And luckily, since I do no filter aquariums, that's not an issue. So I didn't have to at least stress with my fish not having any lights and power. But still, it was a bill, had to get it fixed. I didn't have time to deal with it, but I did end up getting it fixed. Got the fuse fixed in, and fish room is all a go. And the floor is cleaned. It's looking nice in there. I cannot wait to really get our internet out there. Which here at the end of this month, we're looking forward to, and hopefully be doing some live streams out there sooner or later. But for now, you guys can see we're in a different little place than we normally are, like the lady LRB's plant room. We are in the living room. We've got the triple paludarium. It's been a while since I've done an update video on it, and I don't know when I'm going to get time to get an update video on it, but there it is. So who knows, maybe I'll get up later and we'll take a look around. And as always, the whole reason why we're here is to help you guys out with your questions. So if you have questions, feel free to please interrupt me and ask me questions. That way I do not have to ramble on about everything else. And then besides that, on another important note, big womp womp, is that LRBAquatics.com is currently down right now. So GoDaddy was switching their platform and retired the old platform, and now I had to move to a new platform. Well, my orders don't end until Tuesday at 5 p.m. So my plan was I have everything all ready. I was going to move the products over after that deadline. It was supposed to be a simple export from old website, import to new website. Well, of course, it did not work out that way. And then so now, currently having that being worked on and should have the website up soon. But everybody who did order, thank you so much for your support and orders. They are on the way, should have a tracking number, and appreciate you very much for the support. It's really helpful. But I'm excited for the new website. Excited for you guys to see it. It's a little different. I think it's still, as far as navigating, still pretty similar, and hopefully you guys will like it better too. But that should be coming out here sooner than later. They said it should be like 1 to 2 days. House Pisces says, is Paludarium plural? It is plural. So 40 gallon, 60 gallon, 40 gallon. So sounds good. Good video. Good to hear. Good to hear. I figured here, being here in the living room, we're kind of closer to the Wi-Fi router, and we'd have a little better luck. And these are all fish books down there. Those are, and then these are Amazonas magazines. Well, yeah, that's pretty much Lady LRB's Paludarium. She does all the plants in there. I'll stick fish in there every once in a while. Like right now, there's some Epilotes Lamontii in this one, and in that one is I don't even remember what those are, to be honest. I think I got it written somewhere in the guest bedroom. Some type of killifish. I do not remember what kind. It's like that sometimes when you got so many aquariums. Chi-Town Pat says, "Are you strength training for the Joey rematch?" Joey ain't never gonna rematch me. He doesn't want it. He won't do it. But no, I do need to get back into exercising. I've been doing a little bit here and there, but with like all the work I've been doing, I've been trying to like focus on getting a lot of that done. I've been burning the hours. I was actually fighting old man nap before I got on here. I just kept connecting with higher self and kept trying to tell myself I'm not tired. It's just all a figment of my imagination. I appreciate that, fish guy. Appreciate that. And if you got a question, I am at the bottom of the chat. So throw your questions if you have them. And what else happened this week? I don't really. I got the yard mowed. That took forever. That was just yesterday, yeah. But I feel like there's something else big happened this week. Yeah, I did get that finished on. I'm messing with them rice fish forever. Trying to keep the dragonfly larvae away from them. I swear I gotta catch them every night. Show us now. Want to see your triple decker paludarium. So I guess this won't be a Q&A. It'll just be like a show and tell of my paludarium. Just kidding. Why we'll show you the paludarium? Because I guess there's not a whole lot of questions coming in. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I think I'll do it like that. Okay. Boop. Get my cord over here. How's the neighbor's fish room? Oh, that light's messing with it. The neighbor's fish room, they're not really doing much with it. I was actually just hanging out with them earlier because they let me borrow their mower. Thank God for them. That way I could get things mowed. But, I don't know. I need to talk to them about it because if they're not really using them, I need to snag those tanks up for this build. So as far as the plants, that's more of a Lady LRV thing, but there's one 40-gallon. And if you guys want to see like how I actually put it up, I do have a video on it. Just type in LRB triple paludarium and it will pop up. There's a 30-gallon. Let's see if we, oh, the epilotes are all running, hiding. You guys so shy. Oh, fellas. Ew. Boy, he doesn't want no part of it. Look at him. So camera shy. Poor little fella. Lucas, how's the video making coming along? You know, get them done when I can. You know, I've been pushing a lot this week because Sarah's got a friend coming over, and trying to get a lot of things done before she gets here because I know a lot of my time's going to be taken then, so I've got to try to get as much done. So I haven't had much chance to work on videos. We'll see how this weekend goes, but may not be till next week. And then there's the other 40-gallon. Are you coming to Coral Spring Fish event by Sunday post next month? Oh, the what is that? The Aqua Expo? No, I won't be able to make that. It's a 6-hour drive for me to get to there. Way too far, way too far. That's a pretty cool plant. I like that plant right there. So yeah, that's the triple paludarium. Not too shabby, growing out nicely. We do got to get some new lights on it. These are just a couple, a couple shop lights, which I just use some C clamps because you know, be like that sometimes. I ain't fancy like that, but it works. We need some lights up above, so I'll probably end up hanging some lights. That way they can like climb up. Probably get a TV here, then climb the plants up the wall. I think that'll be pretty cool. There's a quick little gander at the library. options. Yeah, I wish I could make it down there more often, but it's too tough. JP Jeffrey says, "What does a wastewater and RO unit consist of, and why is it a thing?" So it consists of. Let me. There. The ha? Is it working? It's got to be working. I think I hit a mute button. For some reason, they have like a mute button on this. Okay, so they can hear you. Yeah, they got a mute button on my screen over here for some reason. Must have hit it moving around. How long have you been in the aquarium game? Well, I would say since I'm about at legendary boss level now. I was actually just telling Wesley that earlier today. I'm gonna see if I could try to hook up my mic real quick. I don't know. Does that audio sound good right now? But I used to play in creeks all the time as a kid. My dad had some fish tanks. He would let us throw like crawdads and minnows and turtles and all kinds of things in them. And it was like, I think 8th, 9th grade, I got my own 29-gallon tank. And then through pretty much high school, or actually pretty much through college, I went without. And then I got into planted aquariums, and that's when it all was over. And that was probably like, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago. Long enough. All right. Sounds good, sounds good. If you guys got questions, I missed them. I am at the bottom. If not, then I'm glad that everybody is good on their aquariums. T-Moss Fish Enjoyer says, "Do you want the infinite crayfish marble self-cloning? I sell them at my local shop." So the only reason why I don't keep these self-cloning crayfish, the CPOs and stuff, because they are really cool, is just for the pure fact that I can't ship them in some places. So if there's something that I can't ship in a certain place, I don't even bother to keep it, because I just don't want to have to worry about the headache of, oops, I accidentally shipped that here or there. I gotta streamline my business, because it'd be different if I had like employees and things managing things, but I literally run all these aquariums myself and trying to keep it enough to feed the family, which I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, turtles are cool. I love turtles. That's the cool thing about this property here. It's got a lot of painted turtles and other turtles around. But yeah, I had the old Donatello Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle when I was a kid. Old painted turtle. I love that thing. He lived forever. I think pretty sure it went to live in a pond. Well, I guess we'll just sit here and stare at each other's souls, because I don't see any questions.
Are you on?
And I am on live chat. Miss Lady LRB. I never ate a crawdad. How do they taste? You know, I've never eaten a crawdad either. I've eaten like everything else. I've eaten like a rattlesnake and everything else, but I've never had a crawdad. And I know there's a lot of southern people say I'm missing out. Supposedly the heads are the best part. I don't know. I just ain't my style. Aquarium Fantasy says, Lucas, have you ever bred crayfish before? So I have bred like a couple of the little CPOs when they first started coming out, and they weren't as heavily regulated. But the trick with them is giving them plenty of surface area and plenty of hides. That way they don't try to predate on each other, and decent protein scattered around the tank. It's just like a more aggressive shrimp. JP Jeffries, a lot more aggressive. JP Jeffries says, what does the wastewater and RO consist of? So it's mostly like your GH, KH, your calcium, as I mentioned earlier, iron, all those minerals. That's what it's taken out. All those minerals that come through the ground and into the water. And it pretty much turns it into rainwater and or distilled water. It's all the same thing. They've been diluted of the mineralization. Mexicali Fish Keeper says, what do you have going on behind you? That's the triple paludarium. I do the maintenance. Lady LRB does the planting. And I throw some fish in there every once in a while. We did just show it earlier, so I'm not going to pop up yet. Maybe later towards the end, if you guys keep me on here long enough. Because you know it's about dinner time. House of Pisces says, what about gator? Tasty? It is gator. It's kind of like a turtle, but not as gamey. Toidle. Alright, any tips for a new tank that is cloudy? So, cloudy water can be a pain. If you're running a filter, let your filter just get dirty, and that beneficial bacteria should help. They do make products to help clear up that cloudiness that could work good for you. I think what Fritz makes to clarify. And as far as that, I don't know about any of the other products, because I'm not a product guy. As far as I don't use a whole lot of products. Now running a carbon filter on that can help. If you're doing a no filter tank, there could be other reasons to why your tank is cloudy, to the point as, like, say you got a shrimp tank, or like a tank that has Corydoras that is no filter. There's certain fish that just kick up debris into the water column, and it will make it look cloudy. So it's not really a bacterial bloom. It could just be, like, for instance, back here, see how these two are pretty clear, but then this one's kind of cloudy-ish? It's because there's a lot more killifish in that one, and they'll get into that sand, and then they kick it up everywhere, because they kind of like to spawn in the peat, but I mean, there's no peat in there. So instead they try to do it in the sand, and so they'll kick more into the water column, which will kind of give it that cloudier look. And sometimes it will settle on its own depending on how rowdy they are. And sometimes it just stays like that and stays cloudy. So there could be multiple reasons to the causes of your cloudiness. So first you want to identify what is causing the problem. That way you can find the proper solution. And that's about the best way to approach any kind of problems. Before just doing solutions, because you just save time that way and sometimes money. So hopefully that helps. I don't know the exact reason why it's cloudy, but hope it helps. Aquarium Fantasy says, Lucas, how's the outside project coming along? So right now it is in hiatus because I am trying to catch up with stuff in the fish room, and kind of got a balance between the two. So it's either like all outside work or all fish room work. It's hard to, like, even though I do outside work, I'm still doing like my daily fish room stuff and or things that just have to be done. But as far as like my extracurricular time for projects, whether they be inside or outside, I try to juggle those right now every 2 weeks. Just that way there's more of a planned schedule and it's not so like here and there. Which sometimes, yeah, work depending makes a difference. Mac Aquarium says still hot for outside work. It is still pretty warm out there, but we did get a little fall weather last night. It got to like 69 or something. Which when you're used to being in a house that's 78, 77, you'll feel 74 will be chilly. Let's see. JP Jeffrey says, I thought the filter would catch all the minerals and the wastewater outlet might be the pressure relief. If it doesn't test high in TDS, might be for pressure in the process. So the filter should catch all the minerals, and then what comes out of that wastewater line is kind of like the pressure relief as well, yes. It doesn't test high in TDS, might be for pressure in the process. Yeah, I don't know. If you got two waste lines, I'm not sure what kind of RO machine you have, but usually they do have just the standard RO outflow that will give you your RO water and then that one waste line. Because essentially that should be the pressure release. Fish Stream says tips for shipping fish for general and Cyprichromis leptosoma for beginners. So the Cryptochromis, just make sure they got some minerals in their water. 20-gallon, high, low would probably be the smallest tank I would keep them in. They like rocks, they like hides. They do like species only. Tetracolor tropical granules, FTW. And tips for fish and shipping fish in general is the best thing to do is you want to make sure that the box ain't gonna slide away as far as like the bag in the box. That way it could get damaged or they'll roll around. I do it a lot differently than a lot of people, so if you really, really want to know my method on shipping, which is a old video I did a long time ago, but it's still how I do it just because it works. And I don't mess with like that housing insulation. I don't like housing insulation in my boxes. But I would recommend checking out LRB shipping method. And that video will pop up and that will give you a lot more detailed coverage of how I ship. Mac Aquarium says, have you told the people about the swap meet this weekend for any locals? Oh, yes. So thank you for reminding me, Mac Aquariums. So if you're a Pasco County member, they are doing the swap this weekend. So that would be Saturday. I don't know what time it starts.
12 to 3.
12 to 3. I probably won't make it, but Wish I could. And thanks for the reminder. Fish guy who says, is fish keeping full time for you as work? Yes, for sure. So it's 27/9, so 27 hours of the day, 9 days a week, pretty much. But truthfully be told, although I do work it every day, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, honestly. Even I was thinking, somebody asked me a couple live streams ago, if I won $10 million, what would I do with it? Obviously, I would help people after I help myself, because how are you going to help others if you're not in a good position? But I would still do what I do. I don't know. I wouldn't breed as many fish for sure. I would mess with some stuff for sure. I would still do YouTube and all that, but I would still be doing what I do. And you know, to be at that point in my life and be happy with what I do, I mean, that's hard to put a price on. Terry Cunningham says, do Danios need softer water to breed like you said Tetras do? It does help, for sure, with Danios. It does help. Appreciate that, Terry. Spicy says, I saw Mark's shrimp tanks crazed. They are tank rearranging, kind of put me off. Yeah, crayfish will do that. A lot of smaller cichlids will do that as well. I don't know. I find it neat when fish and species and things like to create their own home as well and make it how they really want it. Let's see. Scrolling. Lots of chemicals in the insulation. Yeah, that, and it gets everywhere. They ship it like that. Let's see. All right. So at the bottom of the chat, if you got a question, that's where I'm at. If not, I guess we'll. What's that game where you see who can sit in silence the longest? When you're a kid. I hear Kitty. What are you doing, Kitty? She gave us a little scare. Was that the other thing this week? Was that this week or was that last week?
Yeah, it was this weekend.
It was this week, last end of the week. I think she was just passing a kidney stone. Just getting older. My GBR made holes in the soil, woke up to eggs from both sets. Yeah, see, usually a good reason why they're moving around their aquariums. Lucas, did y'all get your new fancy internet? So does it look good? I mean, that we're on it in here. Still waiting for it in the barn here at the end of this month. A few $100 later, should be happening. I'm excited for it. Real excited for it. Aquarium Fantasy says, Lucas, how many racks are you planning on building for outside? That's actually a pretty good question. How did you know I was building racks? You probably asked the right question at some point. You're pretty good at that. Shoot, I think 3. Something like 5 or 6, maybe 7, I don't know. There's gonna be a few. I'm actually really excited for those outside racks, because when that gets done and those racks get put up, as far as like operational options, it's gonna be good. Very good, very nice. Fish Guy Lou says, do you have any favorite fish? Do I have any favorite fish? I got lots of favorite fish. That's why I have so many aquariums. Dude, I can't even pick a favorite type. It's ridiculous. It's still pretty ridiculous.
The lures are still
as long as I've done this. Huh?
Blue Galaris are still toward the top.
Yeah, Blue Galaris has always been at the
Special
top.
spot.
They have been in a special spot forever. There was one sitting on top. I don't know. It would probably have to be him. Even though like glass catfish and endlers, dude, I'm a sucker, stupid sucker for endlers. I swear, like half my fish room is nothing but endlers that I'm like, ooh, this one's cool. Let's mix it with this. Like literally, like half of my tanks are dedicated to those. Matter of fact, I pulled out 3 more new different types of endlers today and set them into new tanks to see what they do. And I've done that I don't know how many times. But if you guys saw these endlers, which I plan on doing a short of the ones I just moved and some others, you would understand why I'm such a sucker for them. One's like completely blue. It's like a completely blue endler, which is something you don't really see around. I'm glad to hear the connection is doing good. Wave hand test. That's the real test with live streams. Josh Hayden says, any tips for get bulbitis to grow faster? I know it's a slower grower, but if anyone has a hack, it's you. So the best way to get them growing faster is more frequent water changes. Not bigger water changes, but more frequent water changes. So a little bit more often, where it reoxygenates that water so it can grab onto that and does its little pearling stuff. It loves that. And then you just gotta let the biomass get big. I like endlers, but all the babies just make it complicated. Yeah, that's partially why most of my fish room is endlers. Literally. I sell random endlers. I haven't really pushed them in forever. I think probably since the last time at the old house was when I really did a video saying, hey, I've got these awesome, cool, random endlers. But I need to make that again, because if you guys saw these endlers, you guys would probably want my random endlers. Which you can't buy right now because the website's down, so should have got them earlier. Gotta get them while they're hot. Alright, anybody got a question? Let's see, Lucas, when will the website be back up? So hopefully here 1 to 2 days is what they said. I thought about going ahead and publishing it without the products, but I don't know. I kind of want to, I don't know. It'd probably give me another reason to go live and be like, hey, live, new website. Let's do that and chit chat. Give me an excuse for that. So that's probably what I'm going to wait to do. But yeah, kind of sucks because probably not going to get paid this week. I guess I needed a vacation after all. But actually, unfortunately, the work at the fish room does not stop. Actually, sometimes it does. It stops when I want it to stop. Who am I fooling? Fish Guy Lou says, how often do you go live? So this is pretty much it on Wednesdays, and then once in a while, it's been a while since I've done a random one. It used to be Friday night, so sometimes if I don't do my Wednesday, I will hop on Friday night at 9:30, like I used to. Wednesday at 8, that is the more prime time for my lives. James White says, I have 2 75 gallons on top and a few 10s and 20s underneath. I want to run them all together and build a DIY bucket filter. Good idea, question mark. So it depends on your space if you're not worried about leaks. And then also, like if you're breeding smaller fish, you're not worried about or even have a good quarantine space. So when you're running central systems, you want to make sure you really quarantine your fish. That way, not one thing gets into the rest of everything else. But besides that, I think it's a good idea. You can grow fish up fast. You can filter things all together. And if it's what you want, honestly, I would say go for it. And then you're going to learn so much from doing it. And then if it's not what you want, like you're going to learn from that too. The journey is the most important part, really. Crystal says, where did you get that shirt at school? Oh, man, I've had this forever. I think Lady LRB got it for me for Christmas or a birthday or something at one point. Eat, sleep, fish.
I think it was Amazon. It was
Story of
just
my
some
life.
random search for fish t-shirts.
Probably this pretty old shirt. I think I had this when I was first starting YouTube, didn't I? Or it was towards the beginning.
Probably would have been, yeah, like 2015, 2016.
Probably like 8 years old. Tell you what, it was a little tighter than it used to be. But I'm happy, fat and happy. I have separate quarantining and it would make water changes so easy. Yes, that too. As far as maintenance, that's one of the biggest things. Hard to have a lot of tanks if you can't really maintain the maintenance. That's the biggest trick. That's a lot of the reason why I do what I do, is it allows me to be able to maintain that maintenance. So, yeah, very important to think about when setting up your fish room and your rack. And, you know, when you got one system to change instead of all the different tanks, you just consolidated. So I ate today, I fished today, but I ain't slept today. Let's see, 37 minutes in. I'm dragging the dog. You guys got anything else for me? Besides that, I don't know. I'm not that good with small chat. Did watch a couple Steven Seagal movies this week. I don't know what y'all know about that. That's kind of like what I grew up in my childhood watching. Old Keto Master. See, you got me talking about different topics than fish now. That hardly ever happens. Oh, you're welcome, man. Thanks for getting the guppy grass. Oh, that's another thing, too. Yeah, House of Pisces. One of my tank light broke. Replacement flue ball is €100. Or no, that's a pound. 100 pound. I thought old LED would last 12 years. Shop lights are beckoning, I reckon. I mean, for the price, you know, those flue ball lights do grow things a lot better. But the price is kind of steep on them. I would go broke. I've actually got like 4 lights in my fish room I've got to replace. I got one that just started flickering. But I think I'm getting them for like $10 a piece. If possible, the thing that can really grow plants like crazy, if you really want a good light, is in the incandescent CFL lights. Those things will grow the crap out of some plants. Maybe one day I might switch over to them. I'll have to take a lot more power. But I tell you what, they grow amazingly. From back in the day before LEDs existed, we used to use the high outputs, those T5s. In my opinion, they work better than the T5s. And if anybody has ever grown plants under T5s, know the difference of what plants grow like now under LED. So back in the day, growing under T5s, the aquarium plants grew completely different, much more beautiful, much more lush, much more robust than what they do under the LEDs. I think it's partially due to the radiation in the lights, and or just the raw power of it. But there is definitely a difference from when plants used to be grown before LED lights. Aquarium Fantasy says, Lucas, when your connection gets better, will you live stream outside again? I will. Actually, like outside by the barn and stuff, I can still do that. I mean, it's pretty decent. I guess, and it's not as hot as it was. Like, that's one of the big things too, bugs and the heat. We can probably do it sooner than later. It's absolutely beautiful out there with how natural the yard is. With all the plant diversity, it's insane. Rosie asks, how's Wesley? I remember him running around your old fish room at about 4. Yeah, he's adorable. He's doing good. He's actually in bed already. He's got a big day tomorrow. He's doing real good, getting big, getting tall fast. I'm not ready for him to grow up. Fish Stream says, in my experience fin nipping from my red-tailed goodeids, any tank mate suggestions, 40 gallon? So they tend to, like the goodeids tend to do best as species only. They can be nippers. As far as tank mate suggestions, I personally have not ventured down that rabbit hole. So anything I would guess would just be speculation. If anybody has experience in the chat, I would personally like to know as well what tank mate suggestions you would suggest for a red-tailed goodeiid. I wonder if mollies would be alright. Or like swordtails. Maybe even angelfish. I don't know. That might be a gamble because they're long fins. Maybe some Corridoras, maybe some Placos. I think CFL could be justified since I rarely turn on the house lights because I got tanks in every room. And those CFLs, those actually don't run a whole lot. Those are supposed to be pretty energy efficient too. It's just if they bust open, you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. That's a big reason why they got rid of them. It's just because of the toxicity in them. But as far as like the power, the usage, best bang for the buck. Yeah, Mac Aquariums. If you're tired of those red tails, sounds like the swap would be a good place for you. Just swap them out. Just go there with the bag and be like, oh man, I kind of like those. Hey, you want to trade? Or just get a table. I'm not sure how much they are. Usually only like 20 bucks. Oh, Max said not swordtails. That didn't work well either. Yeah, probably because they got that sword on their fin. Some goodeids, they just can be really aggressive. Kind of territorial for their space. Aquarium Fantasy says, Lucas, what fish are you planning on getting next? So there's no like fish in particular I'm looking to get next. Matter of fact, I'm just not putting my mindset towards it until I get things settled. And then I might think about getting some more fish, but you know, if the right fish does pop up, You never know. It's easy to say I'm not going to get new fish, and then next day get new fish, you know. Fish keeper life. No new killies, unfortunately. Not right now. The Epilotes lamontii pair that's in this triple paludarium, they are on the website. But the website is down right now. It's being worked on for the next couple days.
Being upgraded.
Yeah, being upgraded. Getting an upgrade. Legendary boss level. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you got a table? Nice. Yeah, trying to be more disciplined on new fish. I mean, we got to do the best we can, you know. It's not easy. But we got to do the best we can. Especially for my wallet, because I wasn't expecting to buy that new fuse and then all this other website stuff I've had to buck through. It's kind of pushed me off my plans a little bit. That's okay. We'll get there. All right. Well, I think I'm going to get some dinner here. I'm not seeing much for questions, and you guys know I'm hungry. How's the thing? Why did I plug that in? I'm fiddling with things. Oops. I'm back. I was just busy fiddling with that. I don't know why I put it in there. But alright, let's see. Saya Llewellyn says, I came in late. Did you show the paludariums up close? If so, I'll have to watch it on replay. I tell you what, before I hop off here, we'll go through one more walkthrough of the paludarium. Let me get this off. And flip you guys around. Oop, there we go. The triple paludarium, brought to you by LRB Aquatics. We've got a 40, we got a 60, and another 40 that makes up the triple paludarium. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. What did I stumble upon today? What's up, guys? What's up, Uncle Joe? Hey, he's in my club. Is that the Uncle Joe I know? I think it is. 'Cause who else would have that name? Check it out. We didn't do anything with the bottom, which the ground on this, I don't know if I could go in here too much to get like a closer view because there's no zoom. But like the green on here and then the white splotches. It's kind of like a moss algae. So weird. Just like made its way in here. Oh, what's this? What's this little plant that came here? You see it?
This one?
Oh, the tiny.
Oh, it's just coming out of the dirt.
Just a weed from a long time
A lot
ago.
of mossy stuff.
Man, it took a while for it to go, huh? That's a sleeper.
Stuff like that come out of sphagnum moss.
Sleeper seed. This thing sure is wandering. Where you at, Achilles? Oh, there they are. You're just hiding right under the leaf. These guys are such scaredy cats. I don't know why. And I think, like, especially for phones, they have like certain flashes that they do that we can't see that these fish can see. Where are my epilotes? Oh, there he is. Sitting on that back wall. Sammy's like, don't look at me. I don't want to be on camera. And then the other one doesn't have anything in it because I just took some platinum rice fish out of it not long ago. I should probably move those epilotes over here. That way if there is eggs in there. I was kind of going to see if I could musical fish killifish, which never really works, but I don't know why I still always try to do it. But I do. So I don't know what to put in here. Maybe I should put in... Actually, I was thinking about getting a couple bettas. Because how nice would that be for bettas? They would really pop. I don't know. What would you guys put in this? I mean, there's 3 options. A lot to work with. But still at the same time, can't get any like rainbow fish or angel fish. Rainbow fish, maybe. Rainbow shiners would be cool, for sure. A Nudie McNewt face. Oh, that would be cool too. The only problem with the nudes would be the air would be too dry in here. It's not humid enough for them. Mud skippers, same thing. Wouldn't be humid enough for them. Because I definitely can't put a top on this. We're kind of poking up and out. And it won't have that same je ne sais quoi. Dang, this one's really coming down. Yeah, bettas. Get some of them giant bettas. Yeah, I like the rainbow shiner idea. Those would be beautiful and active. Maybe if I breed like 100 of those glow light Daniels.
Oh, nice.
Chili raspberries. Those would be good.
You don't even have those, do you?
I don't.
Okay.
It's not easy finding a good source of chili raspberries. Maybe some of my miniature goldfish. Which I do got a goldfish video shot for you guys. I gotta get it put together because I had to move them around. Huh. I don't know if it's me, but the picture looks like it's jumpy. Can't keep up with what all's going on in there. Bumblebee gobies. I love bumblebee gobies. Thing about bumblebee gobies is they do need a little brackishness. I know somebody says that there's some all freshwater types, but knowing if you got the all freshwater type versus a brackish type, it's not that easy.
Blue gobies.
Oh, those Stifidin cobalt blue gobies?
Yeah.
Those were cool. Fire belly toads, that would be cool too.
I think they jump.
Would they jump out? I don't know. Some frogs would be cool though. Lucas, will you put any crabs in there? Don't crabs need it to be humid too? I don't know. They definitely would probably tear some things up. You can give me a Paragularis if you want. Oh. Why are you telling me these things? I just got rid of my Galaris. Because I don't want tops on things.
They couldn't jump out of there.
That's true. They couldn't jump out of here. But I would end up just trying to musical fish them, and then I would never breed them, and then I would feel bad because I didn't breed them, and everybody wanted me to breed them. Hmm?
From one paludarium to the next.
Oh, yeah, get a traveling thing.
Yeah.
Those little U things they make. That'd be kind of wild. And you can put plant pots on them.
Sure.
I wonder how functional those are actually long term, though.
I was just meaning to move the fish from one paludarium to the other, not necessarily have a special one.
Yeah, that's what I meant too. As far as musical fishing, trying to breed them, that's what I mean when I say that.
I know
Is
that.
moving on from one to another. All right, all right. Got a Great Lakes made it right here at the end. How'd you make it? So, all right, I'm gonna hop off here. There's the triple paludarium. And I think it's time for dinner. I appreciate you guys all watching. Until next time, everybody, peace. Have a great one. Da 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 da.